Hello, I welcome you all back to my channel. If you are a return subscriber, you are warmly welcome. If you're visiting for the first time, may God richly bless you. You are welcome as well. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys, so today on my recipe, I have pumpkin bread. It's so simple, and these are my ingredients. So I'm using about 3 cups of spelt flour. So to begin, we would like to grease our pan and then we set it aside. Then we get ready to prepare our dry ingredients, and then the recipe begins. So guys, if you have not subscribed already, I would love that you click on the subscribe button and then you show your love to this channel. God richly bless you for doing that. And also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Let me know in the comment section what you have, be it a question or whatever that you have on your mind. So let's get into it right away. So here our pan is ready, so we get into the preparation of our dry ingredients. So at this point, you would need 3 cups of whichever flour that you are going to use, but I am using spelt flour, and because it's good for me, and that makes my baking so how I want it. So I don't know about you, and whichever flour that you want, all-purpose flour, but I recommend spelt flour if you are closer to one, or if it's reachable, then you just have to get a spelt flour, but it's optional. But to make this healthy, I am using spelt flour. Okay, so I'm using about 3 cups of this, and then the other dry ingredients that I have, or I'm going to add to my flour after sieving it, is I have powdered ginger, powdered cinnamon, I have baking soda, all about 1 teaspoon, but 2 teaspoons of, which is equivalent to 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Okay guys, so here are they, and I'm also using nutmeg, about 2 teaspoons of nutmeg, which is equivalent to 1 tablespoon of nutmeg. So here is that. And if depending on how you want your spices, I'm using cloves as well, cloves, and also about 1 teaspoon of cloves. So for me, I needed a little bit more of ginger, because I always want to feel it in it. I always want to feel that taste in my bread. So you can get maybe 1 tablespoon if you want it the way I want it. So at this point, you would like to mix all of them, and then you set it aside. This is very simple. So on my wet ingredients, I am going to use pumpkin puree. I'm also using 3 eggs, 1 cup of olive oil, and also, because the olive oil is more because I don't want my bread getting dry, not at all. So here is my pumpkin puree, and then if you would, I will be posting the recipe later on, if not sooner. Later on, I'll be posting the recipe on how I made my pumpkin puree. because I've not seen some in the groceries and I don't know if you can get. So you just get your pumpkin and you make it at home on your own, which is so simple to make. You can keep them in the fridge or the freezer, then you get it anytime you want to use it. So at this point, you would like to add your eggs to it, okay? And then here we go. So to talk about pumpkin, it's very nutritious and it has high antioxidant content, which helps reduce the risk of chronic diseases, okay? And under this antioxidants, we can say that pumpkin has beta carotene, which is good for your skin. All right, so I want you to know that pumpkin is also good for your immunity because it's loaded with vitamin C, which help you recover from colds faster. So guys, at this point you have to mix your pumpkin puree and your eggs together till it becomes smooth. All right, so then you add your sugar to it, brown sugar. Okay, so I'm using 1 cup of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and 1 cup of brown sugar. You think it's too much? No, it's okay. So at the end of the day, you just have to mix everything or all the ingredients together. And so on this recipe, I am using vanilla um, essence. So you can choose to add vanilla essence or vanilla extract. All is okay, either of them. And then, so at this point, after stirring everything together, you would like to add other ingredients, as I've already said. So the vanilla extract, the vanilla essence, sorry. So then after adding a bit of your vanilla essence, what the next ingredient that I'm using here is optional. I want this particular taste in my bread with coconut, so I'm using coconut syrup, about two tablespoons of coconut syrup, and then I'm okay. It's optional, totally optional. I am adding it for myself. So and it really tastes good. It's very healthy, and then you can try that as well. If only you can get it where you are, then I recommend you just give it a try, okay? So at this point, I'm still talking about pumpkin, and then I want you to know that it helps better your immunity. It's it helps boost the immune system because it has so much of vitamin A. All right, and then this helps your body to fight infections, viruses, and other infectious diseases, and pumpkin, it's, some people use pumpkin oil as well. So at this moment, I'm using water, about 400 ml of water, and you would have to use everything, all the water, I mean, because of the ingredients. If you want to go according to the ingredients, the quantity and the measurements I use for this recipe, then you have to use about 400 ml of water. You need it. Okay, so at this point, I want you to know that if you think the water is too much, you can just add it bit by bit. After adding your bread, after adding your flour, then you think the consistency it's okay, then you cease fire. Then so if after adding your flour, the consistency becomes so thick, that is not the consistency that we are looking for. So you have to add the rest of the water to it, but according to this measurements, the amount of water that you need for this recipe, as 400 ml. If you just using the same measurements that I used, or the same quantity of ingredients that I use in this recipe, then guys, you will need 400 ml of water. Okay, so pumpkin also helps us to look younger. All right, as I said earlier on, it has beta carotene, and then we know this helps protect us from the sun that cause wrinkles to the bodies and all that. So this makes it great. You can use it even as a mask on the face. You can add egg to it, some egg, honey, and maybe milk. You add all of them together for your face. Okay, and it also helps treat diabetes. Very, very good for diabetes. So guys, at this point, you will have to add everything together. So as you can see, I set the water. The water was not enough after adding my flour, so I had to add a little more to it to get the consistency that I was looking for. All right, there is nothing wrong with that. It's not going to change anything about your bread. It's not going to make it dry. It's not going to make it so wet. No, but the quantity of water that you need for this measurements, okay, is just 400 ml. So that's it. That I'm using nuts. I always love to put nuts in my bread, and you would love it. I'm using walnuts and then almond nuts. Okay, so that's what I just mixed together. So at this point, our bread is ready to bake. Okay, so we have to turn it over to our baking pan. So just look at this consistency. This is the exact consistency that we are looking for, and our bread is ready to bake. So I baked this bread under 150 degrees. So and it was okay. I don't know about the kind of oven that you're using, because for mine 150 is hot. And then it stayed for about 45 minutes or less, 45 minutes, and the bread was ready. So at this point, you would like to add the toppings. I don't know which you choose, but I chose pumpkin seeds, another powerhouse, another antioxidant powerhouse. So okay, to make my bread a complete pumpkin bread. Guys, you need to taste this. It's so delicious. It's yummy, it's healthy, nutritious. Oh, what am I saying? You need to try this. Okay, so at this point you just have to add your seeds to it, and then you put them in the oven. So here is our bread. This is how it came out. Oops. This bread is very delicious. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss this recipe. Okay, so this is pumpkin season, and you have to try this. Just go to the groceries and get your pumpkin. Don't let the season pass you by. You need to try this out. It's a seasonal thing that you do. So we've come to the end of this video. Thank you for coming. Stay safe till I come your way again next time. It's bye bye.